Guys, it's been a while, I know, and I'm gonna have to be quick about this. We're just gonna go over some numbers because I bought a bunch of stuff and sold a bunch of stuff. Apparently, there was a price correction from the last episode. We actually have $18.58. I really don't know what that means. That's what I wrote down on the paper. Maybe something happened. I don't know. We have $18.58. Okay, I sold an Earthworm Jim manual, Sega Genesis, on eBay and pocketed $17.35. So that puts us at $39.93. I then sold a Ranger X manual, Sega Genesis, on eBay for $21.47. That puts us at $57.40. These were just Moose manuals I had laying around. I'm putting them in the free collection. Sue me. I don't know where they came from. Who knows? I probably got them. They were probably extras in a lot I bought a long time ago. We sold the Xenogears that we had picked up. Now, this was in a past episode. We sold the Xenogears on eBay. We pocketed $118.97. That puts us at $176.37. We sold the Parasite Eve in that same lot and the Mega Man Legends to a buddy of mine, the Rad Junk owner. Him, my buddy Joe. He picked them up. We pocketed $127.28. That puts us at $303.65. I sold those wrestling figures we had picked up. Pocketed $20, made $20. That puts us at $323.65. I sold the leftovers from the Sega Genesis lot that we had picked up. The only thing I have left is Contra Hardcore Earthworm Jim. I think that's it. I think it's the only two I kept. Yeah. So we pocketed $40 for the leftovers on the Sega Genesis lot. That puts us at $363.65. Okay. Then I decided to pay for that Xbox 360 lot that we had picked up earlier in the Xbox 360 collection. It never really got paid for from anything. That came out of my pocket. I paid $60 for the lot. We're going to go ahead and take that out of the absolutely free Super Famicom Shooter Collection Project, an homage to my Japanese bloodline. We're going to take that $60 out of our funds to pay for that. So that leaves us with $303.65. I then sold that refurbed 360 to Dusty's. They gave me $50 for it. So that puts us back to $353.65. I took a bunch of the common games out of there. One of them was Left 4 Dead. I probably should have kept that, but I sold a big lot of those games on Facebook Marketplace for $20. So now we're at $373.65. I picked up a 360E off Facebook Marketplace. Here's the footage. Guys, just picked this up for $40 local. We got decent one, no manual. This one's got the manual. And we got an Xbox 360 Elite. Dusties. Gotta document this. Xbox 360 Elite with red bones bearing. For $40. So that puts us at $333.65. So yeah, we'll clean this up. This is interesting to say the least. It's coming up better than I thought, and actually has protected it. So we'll see how this goes. So I wish I could keep this fruit barrel guy on here. Fruit barrels, jugs, remember those, man? Unfortunately, he's on top of one of these other stickers. It's got to be removed. So, I mean, fruit barrel guy, maybe I can save your head. The head, I don't know. And unfortunately, that hard drive is a Chinese. It's not official. So, for $40, kind of just wanted the Alice game, but we'll see what we can salvage out of this. And then here's, came with a Connect as well. And then here's some games. Nothing, I mean, they're all, Grand Theft Auto 5 is always a decent one for, I mean, $5, $10. Everything else is like $2 games. As far as I know, maybe I'm missing something, but. And then here's our 3 highlights. This one looks like it's never been played, does not have a manual. So I think that's maybe one of the better ones. Could be wrong there. This one I think is definitely one of the better ones. It's CIB, disc is clean. So pretty sure that's a decent pickup. And then here's the one I was really after. This is why I got the lot. Unfortunately, it does not have the manual, but the disc is clean. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can buy a manual for $10 on eBay somehow, or come across one somewhere. But yeah. So there you go, $40. That's what $40 gets you. I sold that, cleaned it up, sold that Xbox 360 with a couple of common games on Facebook Marketplace for $50. That puts us at $383.65. I took a few of the leftover crud games from that lot, sold them on Facebook Marketplace for $15. There's this old lady, she's got a flea market booth, and she has bought common games from me before in the past for this project. I think she has provided $55 now buying these common games. I'd sell them to her for $2 a piece. She says she sells them for $5 a piece. She's a sweet old lady. Her name's Jewel. She drives a little cube, drives out here and picks them up. Anyway, with that, $15 puts us at $398.65. Okay, I'm adding Christmas money. Christmas money came through. What is it? It's July now. This is how long it's been. I had a bunch of Christmas checks laying around for, hey, everybody. I got one. The kids had some. I took all of them because they were just laying around and nobody was cashing them. So I said, these are going in the funds. It was $225 worth of checks for Christmas laying around. That's a good chunk there. It's going in the free collection. Nope, nobody argued about it. So now we're at $623.65. I was driving around and seen this little pop-up sale on the side of the road. There was a bunch of loose Xbox 360 discs. I said, how much you want for it? I didn't even have any money on me. She said $2. I scrounged up $1 worth of change. I was like, that's $1. She took it. So that puts us at $622.65. One of the games happened to be Left 4 Dead 2 on the Xbox on the Xbox 360. Anyway, I sold that on eBay for $16.18 is what we profited. Now we're at $600, $638.83. I bought a tote of toys for $20. Here's some footage. Guys, we paid $20 for this bin. It had all these toys in it. We dumped them out. We went through them. We got a stack of X-Men guys here. I don't know. We're going to lot them up. I think they're not worth very much. They're all listed for 10. So that means they're worthless. This guy was listed for a little more, but he wasn't selling. None of them were really selling. Then we got these 3.5-inch Star Wars guys. They're like running, I don't know, loose, maybe a couple, $3 a piece. We'll line them up and see. These Batman figures, these are 2 vintage ones, 1990, 92. They're worth a little bit. These guys are worth nothing, but we'll see what we can get. Then we got the vintage 83 Luke and Leia. They're in rough shape. Luke maybe run 10, $15. Leia's $5. But here we go. The Sandman. Looked him up. I'll show you the comps in the video right now. He's the banger. Forgot we had these guys in there that already separated them. I picked the whole thing up because of this. I thought this little Silver Surfer might be decent, but he's not much, honestly. Maybe $10. None of them are worth really anything. Even these old bendies, I thought they might be worth something, but they're not, even if I clean them up. But those were in there too. A couple of turtles. Scooby-Doo bad guy. I don't know what these are. This is a Chuck Norris thing. And Playmobiles. 3 of them. This was at a yard sale. My brother-in-law was riding around, and so I picked up that tote of toys. I sold the tote of toys to a guy who has bought some stuff from me before for $50. That puts us at $668.83 with some leftover toys left over. One of them being the Sandman toy. Okay, then I picked up a Pokemon lot. Okay, it had the Game Boy Advance ones, the Emerald Green, the Sapphire, the Ruby, the Fire Red, the Game Boy Advance SP, a Game Boy DSi. What else was there? Was that it? Oh, a Game Boy Color. Okay, I paid $500 for it. It was a little bit too much. I wanted to pay $400, but the lady wasn't budging because she said she had a million messages, and I you know, I'm sure she did. So boom, $500. We're down to $168.83. When all said and done, it took a lot of work. Okay, I bundled up the DSi stuff, sold it as a lot. I bundled up the Game Boy Advance stuff that was left over that wasn't Pokemon bangers, sold it as a lot. There was a couple little bags too that were cool. And I bundled up the Game Boy Color stuff, sold it as a lot. When all said and done, we made $734.77 off all the Pokemon stuff. So that puts us at, what's that put us at? $903.60. Now, every single one of the Pokemon batteries was dry, so I had to replace batteries. I think Gold was in there. Fire Red didn't have batteries, so I didn't have to replace that. But Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald, they all needed batteries. So I had to, never done this before, had to learn how to do that. Not bad, pretty easy. I had a soldering iron already, but I had to buy solder, desolder braid, flux, and batteries. So I'm going to say That was $33.60 just to even it out. I think it was less than that actually, but we're just going to even things out with $33.60. Puts us at $870. Okay, $870 after all said and done. So we profited like $200 off that Pokemon lot. It's a nice $200 gain. It was a lot of work. It was a lot. I thought, you know, maybe I could get more than that, but $200, $200, we'll take it. It's not like taking a dollar thing from a yard sale and flipping it for $200, but it's $200. So we're at $870, and we picked up a Super Famicom game. Oh gosh, we picked up a Super Famicom game, guys. All right, here it is. We finally finished the, what do they call it when there's 3 in a series? I don't know. It's Osha Berry. Okay, it's Parodius Osha Berry. I think they might call it Chatty or something like that. We got it. Okay, we got it. Osha Berry. Boom. And this was a little bit of a thing where the guy, he had cotton 100 too, but when he sent me the picture, he said he could get it, it was in good shape, and the pictures he sent me, I was like, okay, it looks good, but he was buying from somebody else. So when he actually got them, I said, hey, can I see pictures of them now that you got them? The Cotton 100 was banged up, all right? And I'm like, I'll pass on the Cotton 100. This guy gets all pissed off. I'm not lying. He was like, this is messed up, yada, yada, yada. I said, well, the pictures you sent me of it were kind of, you know, I couldn't really tell, so I was just trusting you, you know? And he was like, this ain't right, that you're not going to buy Cotton 100. And I was like, I ain't buying it. I don't, you know, whatever you want to do. You know, what the price for the Osha Berry, I'm cool with. We can do that if you still want to. If not, fine. And he gave me a hard time and deleted me after this, but he sent the Osha Berry. So, I mean, it's what it is. I don't know. I wasn't going to pay for something that was banged up. You know, that's on him. He should have. I told him what the conditions were. I was like, I want, you know, no banged up corners. It had a crease. That's what it was. It had a crease like a fold. Like it had been smashed a little bit on the box. And I'm like, nah, man, that's not what I said. So anyway, there's that. So that puts us at, but that's cool. Adding it to the Super Famicom, the absolutely, completely free Super Famicom Shooter Collection Project. Got another one. Okay. So that puts us at $737. Is that right? It was $133. Yeah. I'm rounding. I think I rounded up for that. So $737 is what that puts us at. Okay. I picked up an old yellowed Super Nintendo and from a lady at work, and paid $40 for it. I've got power supply, I've got AV, I've got controllers I can add to it. So I'll put the footage of the old Super Nintendo in. That puts us at $697. Okay, then I picked up a box of Xbox 360 and Xbox One controllers. A whole box of them. Paid $20 for that. That puts us at $677. All right. And then last but not least, our buddy RH from Nintendo Age. Video Games Sage, Video Games Age. I don't know. I've heard it all now. We picked up some NES games with the manuals and this loose manual from RH. Here we go. He's a buddy. He's a friend. We got Little Nemo the Dream Master. Okay. I sold a bunch of games at the con, NES games, and now I'm going back and getting them again with manuals. This was probably loose and a little banged up, the one I sold. So now I wanted a clean copy from my childhood, this game. Little Nemo the Dream Master with the manual, super clean from RH. Okay, Little Nemo the Dream Master. There was a neighbor girl who had this game. And her name was Stephanie. And she had this Little Nemo game, and I had Super Mario Bros. 3, and I had played Super Mario 3 out the yin-yang, okay? I could play with my eyes closed. She's like, you want to trade for a little while? I got this Little Nemo game. I'm like, all right, that's cool, I'll trade you. And so, I traded to Super Mario Bros. 3. I got Little Nemo. And Little Nemo's a cool game. I remember thinking, all right. It's no Super Mario Bros. 3, that's for sure. But, throwing the candy around and getting on the animals and stuff like that. It's got good music. It's a good game, Decent little game from my childhood. So this one's a memory. We'll keep it. We got a nice one with the manual. Okay, then he hooked us up with Silver Surfer with the manual. This one's just epic music, not from my childhood. Didn't play this as a kid, but I've played it a lot as an adult. And during the contests, got good enough to be able to no-death this thing and score some pretty high points doing it. So we got a clean manual, a clean copy of Silver Surfer. Again, probably when I sold at the con that was a little beat up or something, and we're getting that back. And last but not least, we got a Balloon Fight manual. I sold my copy of Balloon Fight. Now I have regretted it. So I got it. He didn't have the cart, but he had a manual. We'll pick up the cart later. He's got a copy of Balloon Fight. And he was very generous on the price on those. So that was $65 shipped. So we're down to $612 in the absolutely, completely free Super Famicom Shooter Collection Project. An homage to my Japanese bloodline. That's all I got for you guys. Another episode coming.